All right, just setting up stream right now. If the volume is low, won't matter. I don't think there's voice acting in this at all. But totally, if you do want to participate by any way, any means in this stream, go ahead, participate. Tell me what to do, just no spoilers. We'll be playing the game called Don't Eat Me, Don't Eat the Cashier. So let's just get on with that and just go along with it. I'll wait for at least one person, 2 people to tune in. But yeah. We have 1. Okay. We can start. Alright, start. What are your pronouns? Well, honey, it is female Women's History Month. We gotta go by she, her. Your pronouns are she, her. Oh my god, we could be a butch lesbian. Oh my god, should we be a lesbian or should we be girly girl? Lesbian or girly girl? One or two. Tell me what you think. I got chat pulled up right over here. I'll wait a few seconds, I mean. 1. We should go 1. Okay, I'll go 1. You have chosen body type 1. What's your name? Tiny. That's what our name is. Your name is Tiny. Sometimes I really wonder how I ended up here. Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station? On the other hand, money is money. I sent out resumes to every conceivable, inconceivable place, applying for every position where I could somehow get a degree to use my art. 0 responses. I had to swallow my pride and find at least something. Human organism wanted for work at the gas station. Organism duties include selling food for mouth. Silence and obedience. Okay, household tasks, obeying those who are more ancient. Alright, cosmic horror is our boss. That's great. Friendly team offers new and old faces of friends. I doubt that. Long and different life. Consumption of nourishment and juicy juices. I hope that's not blood. I hope that's not blood, guys. And trip to human places. I found this note stuck to the if there's ever a job description and you leave it at a bus station, do not pick that up. That is either a scam, 1, or 2, you're going to get yourself murdered. Food for mouth. Seriously, this guy's style is his own. Oh my god. If you hear things in the background, it's probably my cats playing around. Apparently, the manager is just an eccentric dude or their new marketing tactic to get attention. Whenever people often told me that I have quirks too, even if they said my fursuit, I am not a furry. I put my hands in the air. I am not a furry. Show me some respect. Furries, they're good people, most of them, but I'm not furry. Well, whatever. As long as he's not a complete jerk who will hit me or make me scrub the floors with a toothbrush. I think we're in danger. I didn't scream, and I couldn't move. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for it in the database of hallucination, psychosis. Too many energy drinks? A typical middle manager. A monster from my nightmares stirred. Its tentacle crept closer to the counter. My god. The creature made a sound not from a mouth, it had none, but a sound emanated deeply in the bulk, hollow, profound, bone shaking. Greetings, organism! I am Bob! Ah, the inconceivable and terrifying consumer of worlds. But you, a grain of sand, can call me Manager Bob. No, 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 no. This isn't real. I'm dreaming. You will sell food for mouths and obey me, for I am ancient. Memorize the rules of the establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Rule number 1, you sell no matter what. Chicken food for mouth, gremlin fuel, noodles made from cursed souls, and get your hand out of my face. Lottery tickets for extra-limbed raffles, discount rot, ritual foil, everything must be sold. Consumerism! He points directly at me with a creepy, slimy tentacle. Ow, why are you hitting me, Frankie? If you want to be on stream, come over here so I can pick you up. Okay. Dude, what are you doing? Okay. Come on. Let's go. You can meet Bob on the screen. Every miserable... Oh, wait, did I go back? Oop. Every miserable unit of currency brings me closer to my triumph. An exit of this pitiful hole. I pinched myself, but I didn't wake up. Rule number 1, be polite to customers. Ignore bad spots in a werewolf's fur. Watch out for drafts when endoplasmic energetic entities are in the store. Oh? What? But don't let them get too bold. Consumers are just walking containers for currency and should... Excuse me, sir. Sir, don't push on me. Bye. Oh my god, I love Frankie to death. Yes, Kitty, Kitty. I love Kitty. But don't let them get too bold. Consumers are just yeah, I just said that. Payment is essential. Dread of an air of debt not accepted. Many of them come here just to chat because they're idle and purposeless organisms. Your task is to make part with the currency anyway. It's also your duty to heal organisms if they are injured using special kits. If they die, they can't give away currency. Werewolves, hold back. Excuse me, dear sir. You seem to have mentioned werewolves in ectoplasm, silent, and tremble with fear. I'm gonna hold back. My voice is polite as possible. I managed to compress my primal and screaming panic into a tight ball deep down. I love this gnome in the corner over here. 1 second, I'm gonna sneeze. Alright. Werewolves, not to mention yourself, a giant meatball with tentacles, damn you. Shall I answer your question, curiously polite organism? Werewolves and endoplasmic entities are just a few examples of my many insignificant life forms of frequent this establishment. What unites them is that they are slaves to consumption, just like your kind. As for my nature, I'm an immediate supervisor and the governor of your future financial prosperity. I'm at a gas station for monsters. I got a job with Cthulhu for minimum wage. No, that's not Cthulhu. That's more like Bob the Destroyer. This is all you need to know. Is this really all I need to know? I fear any more knowledge will surely drive me insane. Oh, he had a heart next to his name. Oh, he liked that. A rare and unexpected display of grains of wisdom that have not yet left the human species. Embrace your ignorance. Let them be your shield and direct path to your status of the human employee of the month. What does the human employee get? I do have to work here for the whole... what does the human of the month get? A cash bonus of 25 cents. I understand that you, human, are already extremely excited about this, but it's not all. You will also have to access the Elite Manager restroom for 1 full work cycle. During its use, there is only 7% chance that you will be transported to a dimension of endless pain and suffering and unimaginable torment. Truly generous. You give me a jar? I ain't putting Rainbow Dash in that jar. Suddenly, it places a jar in front of the counter. And the last rule, remember, organism, tip container must be filled by the money at the end of the wake cycle. Instead of work cycle, it's wake cycle. Funny. If the bottom of the jar is visible, you will clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the dimension of absolute horror and suffering for 2,510 years. Yes, I was hired by a Multiple Eyes Comics ancient squid that my clients have been non-humans. Yes, I am being threatened with a fork and toilet cleaning. How could anyone do anything with a fork? Same thing will happen if you think of escaping before the end of the work contract. My ocular sensorum perceives the subtleties of matter. It will detect you at any corner of this pitiful planetary sphere. Crap, I'm stuck here and I'm trapped. Do you understand, organism? Yes, sir. Acceptable! He got another heart. I got 2 hearts with Bob. Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing. Could you show me exactly point to the buttons? Yes, I think I can handle this perfectly. Adequate! Your willingness to fulfill your work duties deserve my emotional approval. Human entity, you are acceptable. Just acceptable, Bob? Come on, it's Women's History Month. All women are doing great these days. Come on! If you expect monetary reward instead of an emotional one, you need to immediately reconsider your moral compass. Greed is highly commended trait for a human organism. And this concludes the briefing. Remain as polite as an organism as you are. He didn't just turn around like a human was. His tentacles merely just shifted his entire mass to another direction, a soft gurgling sound as he waddled across the aluminium. And he's going to the mountain, like the penguins did. Finally, he left me alone. The silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices, which is probably blood, and the buzzing neon lamp over my head. I stood at the same spot, as if rooted into the ground. My breath has returned to me in a sharp, uneven grasp as my hands were shaking. The tip jar, which I needed to fill, avoided ending up at the dimension of ancient horrors, it still took proudly on the counter. Okay, so what just happened? Option 1, I've gone insane. Most logical conclusion, obviously. Prolonged stress of my job hunting, multitudination, nerves, anxiety, disrupted sleep schedule, my brain just malfunctions. Yes, that's it. I'm going to wake up on my couch and dingly rented apart. What does dingle? I've never heard dingly. Maybe because I'm Italian American, I've never heard dingly used in that sentence. But okay, dingly rented apartment. I pinched myself again and nothing. I scanned the room once more and I smelled gasoline, old coffee. That was absurdly real. And I meant everything. He meant everything he said. It was true. Werewolves, vampires, tips, and fork. Tips? Tips of what? A hysterical mix of laughter and a scream of terror welled up in my throat, but I held back. I need to get through this. I need to. Okay, someone turn off the lights! Totally not scared! Oh no, don't tell me the first customer. Bells? What the hell? Shit. Oh, it's a clown. It's a jester. It's a jester. Oh, I'm kind of... Oh, kitty, yes. The kitty was on a little bit ago. You missed the kitty. I'm sorry. That's okay. Oh, yes, the jester is pretty hot. Where the hell did this clown come from? If a great effort not to look away from those red burning eyes in pitch black darkness. Is he wearing a mask, or is it just that his hat's covering his face a little bit? Sorry, you missed the kitty. I'm sorry. Is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give me any guarantees I wouldn't be devoured at work. My brain is still recovering from the encounter with Bob, and I am fractionally trying to figure out how to break my ringing silence. Okay, you can't just appear with a sound of a creepy piano, sir. This isn't as strange as work gas station and a couple bucks at you. I'm not going to say that. Good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Please do not eat me. I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. I'm going to say what you would like to purchase. Purchase? I would like to purchase your attention. Oh, I suppose I'm free. Sort of include the service in the package. I suppose I'm free. Make a wink. But only for you, sir. I'm going to do that. I think flirting with every single one of them might be a good choice, right? We should flirt with everyone. Should we flirt with everyone? I'm gonna leave it up to a vote. I'm going to leave it to a vote. Yeah, I should flirt with everyone. Thank you for the hearts. I love that. Thank you, Candy Console. I should flirt with everyone. Okay. For me, only for me. You spoil me. To receive such an inclusive treasure released in limited edition? I feel like a king, although I'm already a king. No matter. I've felt more regal than I do now. Well, I accept this generous offer, but the deal requires a balance, doesn't it? I exchange for your attention, you shall receive mine. Hooray! My God, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking. As it seems, he's in the mood for a chat. So, what beautiful, charming... Oh my God, I can't do this. No, don't directly do this to me. All right. I'm going. So what is a beautiful, charming lady like you doing in such a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? Or rather, what is a place like this doing in such a charming lady as you? No one's being in me until we clear up what your name is, Jester Me Mester. Oh, wait. Where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, and mostly not fit to spoke in company of a lovely lady. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King, a title I plan to pass to myself for coming centuries. However, my mortal mother named me Darren. That's so bad! That's so bad! That's so bad! That's bad! Why are you named Darren? Out of all the things she could be named? Okay. Now, may I have your hand? Should we offer him my hand? I don't know if we should. Is he gonna bite me? Do you think he'll eat me? Do you think he'll eat me if I do that? Sorry, I'm reading both chats right now. No, give him your hand? I don't think so, but we'll do it anyways. No! He kissed me, god damn it. Okay. He suddenly bows his head and presses his lips on your knuckle. Meeting you is truly a pleasure. His lips are cold yet ghostly warmth spreads across your skin. So here I am, dealing with a gentleman, how lovely, or a king as he calls himself. Of all the kings and emperors locked in the soft chambers, this one has probably found a way to escape. May I know thou name? I don't immediately realize that he's asking me a question. I'm still dazed from that gentlemanly kiss. I am too, goddammit. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not Queen of the Gas. No, I'm not doing that. My name's Tiny, sir. I refuse to reveal my true name. Demons will always be terrible things. My name is Tiny, but my friends call me the Big D. Oh my god, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna do, my name's Tiny, sir. You're so polite. He seems to savor my name. Sends shivers down my spine. No, not savoring my name. Oh my god. And that politeness again, as dry and bland as rations I give to my soldiers, is mostly creaky of degrees I've signed. And I've signed decrees that require people to weave ropes from sand, just for more fun, mostly mine. Polite people never risk anything, no friends, no enemies. And how is that interesting? Imagine how wonderful it would be if we became enemies. Those would be the most interesting seconds of your life. Or friends. That would be a delightful entirety. Or lovers! Or lovers! Oh, we can say our lovers! Oh, should we say our lovers? I feel like lovers would be a good one. Offers him a friendly pinky finger. Honestly, I'm ready to be anything for tips. Oh my god. I am not saying the prostitution line. Oh jeez. I'm almost done with my water. This guy's stressing me out. I'm gonna say, oh, lovers! Oh, lovers! Oh my god, Darren. Actually, I might like Darren. I don't like the name Darren as like a normal name, but like he's a jester. Oh, I just noticed that he's wearing like a ring and like a glove down here. He blinks once, twice. Oh my god, I made him flustered. I'm so interesting. What a delightful twist to our script. Did I just fluster him? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh my god. My sunshine, you burnt? No. I read too many romantic smut novels for that. Oh my god. Such bravery to flirt with someone who can turn your bones into licorice with a snap of his fingers. You won't do that. You won't do that. I'm too hot. He's so flustered that he shifted more into an informal tone. Well. I got him right where I want him. I feel like my brain is turning to jelly. And I don't understand when he finally, I don't understand when will we finally get to the point. Actually, it's not all that bad. What did he ask me again? I'm gonna say this one. So let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. Finally! It's completely unknown to me. Oh, for crying out loud. There's nothing interesting in assortment of these pathetic shack except for you. So I'm buying your time. Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. Oh no. Allow me to create more of a pleasant atmosphere for us. Bro, I didn't want, was that missing person always there? What does that say? Praise the goat mother. Praise the goat mother? Huh? And the jar is gone. My freaking jar! My only way of salvation! Okay, put back, where's the jar? Look to my rental apartment, but it seems smell less now. What wonderful place for dinner. Radioactive cockroaches on the menu. Should I be like really like sassy? Okay. What's wonderful place for dinner? Radioactive cockroaches on the menu? Of course, a local delicacy, pan-fried in their own radioactive juices to preserve the flavor. Crispy on the outside, still alive on the inside. If you've ever eaten bugs, like, no one's probably eaten bugs in chat, I don't think so. But if you have, because I have, if you eat a bug, it just tastes like chicken if it's made well. If it's not, it just tastes like crispy burned stuff. I've eaten ants. I've eaten all the stuff inside the candies. Someone tried to offer me a tarantula leg before, and I said no because I draw the line with tarantula legs and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I love you. Thank you. However, I can't go along with familiar landscape. Already ruined the lands that make me melancholic. Because all of the fun happened without me. Disgusting. Allow me. Ooh, that's better. I like that one. This is something extremely less radioactive. Amazingly, you haven't thrown up yet. It feels like I've been flushed twice through an interdimensional toilet. I clear my throat. It seems like I'm sitting at a table. Oh, we better sit up. I'm sorry. I was slacking. Much better, wouldn't you agree? Couldn't be better. It's beautiful here. Strange. Is this your home? I prefer the dump. Well, maybe. No, I'm gonna say, is this your home? Words of a true poet. Tiny, my two favorite categories, strange and beautiful. Sorry, I'm too giddy. Sorry, chat. Sorry. This place is much more than home. It's my cage and my greatest canvas for creativity. Oh, are we gonna help him get out of his cage, so to say? Are we helping all of them? For every ugly tree, every mad toad, every eye-bearing mushroom, it's all a place of me, a marvelous place, except it's the rocks that glow and legs start running, including those people who make their homes out of. Now, you're part of this place too, isn't that wonderful? I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. Fireflies are quite charming. But it better be without a frog and a human face. Frogs notice me too. Even dogs have eyes too. Oh my god, I have to find that TikTok and have a whole video. Oh, he's talking about that frog. I didn't see that frog in the background. If you can't see it, it's right there. I'm going to circle it with my mouse so you can see it. I didn't know he was actually talking about something staring at me until I looked up and saw that staring at me. Okay. It lets out a croak and then looks at me with an expression of deep existential despair. Okay, Toadsworth, come over here. I'll show you less despair. I can pet you. Like my Frankie cat. Say nothing about the frog with the human face. Point to the frog. Who's that? I really want to do that. Can I do that? Who's that? Oh, Laurie, one of the brave souls who dared challenge my authority. My dear friend, who once walked the path of adventure. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He didn't even try to wield a sword. His tiny froggy legs fought to the end. A true warrior. Now, however, his foes are mosquitoed and bigger frogs. Tell me, dear, does it bother you that he's a little existential froggy crisis? I mean, is it ruining the ambiance? He looks at me with an interested expression. No, I just wanted to know why the frog had eyes. That's all. It's just like, it's sitting there like, posted up. I didn't like that, but okay. And now I know that you turned him into a frog, like a wicked witch, I guess. Hold on, do I want to make a decision yet? Exactly what did L'Oreal do? Please, disintegrate him? Absolutely not. Can you remove him gently? He suffered enough. I don't mind L'Oreal. No, I want him to watch. No, I want him to watch. It's crazy. That's a deep cut. Okay, I don't mind L'Oreal. No, you don't mind. Excellent. I think he's really a tone of the whole clearing aesthetically. This guy is like if you took an Etsy witch and mixed it with a goth femboy. That's who this guy is. I like him. My little pansexual heart is going crazy for this guy. I wonder if I'm gonna like the other ones like I like him. A living monument to the consequence of poor life choices. I feel you, bro. I want a statue of Donald Trump. Just put a Donald Trump wig on L'Oreal, and I'll be happy. All right. L'Oreal, did you hear that? The lady grants you the stay of the execution. You may continue your painful mosquito-infested existence. So dinner, I'm sure you must be starving. Whatever he gives us, we have to eat because it's very unpolite to not eat what is given. At least that's what I was taught. Traveling between realities must be exhausting. What is that? This looks like strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? I had meat with honey before. It's actually pretty good. Next to the meat is a purple soup, possibly made of a less fortunate cashier. Why would you know that? Whether the food is poisoned or not, if I refuse, His Highness might turn me into a frog too. So I pick up the fork from the table. And this. This is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's 100 times better than the cheap instant noodles I usually get from the supermarkets. Even the fact that I am currently in another universe, surprisingly, doesn't seem to harm my appetite. I really like L'Oreal in the back. I'm sorry. I might make a plushie of L'Oreal because I think I have the same like fabric I can use for his body. It seems like you enjoy the cuisine. My chefs have always managed to cook well on those occasions that I brought noticed it. I assure you, it won't regret this dinner, at least not for half an hour of a meal. Yes, thank you, you're very kind. This is the best purple goo in my miserable cashier. Why are you doing this? The dinner ports, teleports, all that. Thank you for the food. My plate is not staring back at me. I think I'm gonna do yes, thank you I don't know. It's either yes, okay, either one, which is yes, thank you, you're very kind, or two, why are you doing all this? The dinner, the teleports, and all that. Pick one, please. One or two. One or two. I gotta go between chats. One number, please. Don't write 122 122. Don't write 122. I'm seeing a lot of twos. What's the other chat like? Okay, two. We'll do two. Why delightfully point? Oh, we got a heart. Thank you, chat. We got a heart. What? Why a delightfully pointless question, even by my standards. Oh, did he not like that? I thought we saw 2 hearts. I do it because I can. I do it because the alternative is crushing gray, practical boredom. I brought you here, Tiny, because you're for the first time in a very, very long time, you're not boring. Because you fear me less than subjects do. Well, why would I fear you? You're just a freaking Etsy witch twink. And you can hold a meaningful, I bet questionable conversation unlike my subjects. Believe me, your inquisitor mind is just sturdy as wet paper. All the joy of conversation quickly evaporates. Oh, maybe because you keep turning me into animals? Maybe it's because you keep turning them into... I'm gonna say silent. A meaningful nod, chewing my mysteriously sourced meat, but best not to divulge into this. I poke my food with a fork and watch particularly from the corner of my eye. Silence hangs between us, might have been called cozy under the heavy nuances. What's your favorite animal? Don't ask silly questions, return to eating. What's your favorite animal? I'm glad you asked. Right on to our plate. Just kidding, but I need time to think. Let's see. Riding a flea has its own charms, very disgusting ones. Carnivorous butterflies are beautiful. I do believe if we had prehistoric butterflies, they would be carnivorous, so I do agree with him. But they were dumb and noisy. Oh, come on, butterflies are cute. And as we know, the only way to empty inside makes a noise or my head is always ringing. Bro, get some magnesium. That'll stop your head from ringing. I think it's a dog. Oh, he's a dog guy. I mean, I'm more of a cat lover, but I do have a service animal, so... It loves its owner with all its heart, whether it's a saint or a serial killer, and it doesn't notice the difference. I believe more in a cat mentality of trust, but once you have that trust, you could be a serial killer, and I would probably be like, okay, where are we hiding the body? That's a joke. Sort of. I mean, I'm a ride or die, so. It lives in a constant joyful state of blissful ignorance and misplaced euphemism. That's how I believe most men are. I believe they should be like a dog, and women are cats. But I go both ways, so. A creature that finds an endless joy and utterly meaningless. It's truly inspiring. Dogs are the jester of the animal world, and I adore them for that. Oh, are they saying that he's a dog? Oh, are they saying he's a pupper? Especially the small wrinkly ones. Oh, so he likes pugs. He likes pugs. I prefer Pomeranians. What about you? Cats, to them, were probably the jesters. Cat. Oh my god! Wait. Oh my god! It has my actual answer. That's actually hilarious. No, you don't need to be like embarrassed that it has my. Okay, you don't need to be embarrassed, chat. Oh, indeed, there are truly rulers of reality, tiny furry gods of apathy and disdain, and we're their obedient, foolish caretakers. I do believe that. That's why I like cats, because they're like deities, and then dogs are just like, I'll love you forever, man. But I've been lucky enough to escape the tyranny, instead enjoy my own, and feed those around me. I return to my meal, and I chew another bite as I hear His Highness's voice. By the way, how does the meat taste? It's human flesh, tender enough. Oh, we're cannibalizing. I'm sorry, human flesh? My fork freezes halfway. Vomit? Why the hell is there human flesh on my plate? Swallow with difficulty? Yes, quite tender. It's not as tasty as the one I had the day before yesterday. Chew looking at him in the eyes. You're the law here. Oh my god, should I challenge him? I don't know. I feel like chat's gonna make the wrong decision. We're not vomiting, chat. We're not vomiting. Because that will definitely make him suspicious. We're trying to get out alive. I think not as tasty. Oh, we picked the wrong answer. I am so bad. I meet his gaze and slowly with the authority placed a piece of meat in my mouth and began to chew without breaking eye contact. I can't remember ever seeing someone shocked in my life. His mad grin vanishes. His eyes widen. His own fork freezes halfway to his mouth. For one person, glorious sweet moments, the Lord of Chaos completely baffled. I love doing this to him. My dear, you are a true. Oh my god, I didn't know. Why are we? Oh my god, my sick mind is like pleasing this man. It's not even funny. My dear, you are a true treasure. You didn't just call my bluff if you raised the stakes to the sky. No, certainly not human. It's venison. It's a version. I almost just said it's venison. Italian venison is so good. You guys need to try it. As far as I can tell by taste, it's not very intelligent. It's definitely not Timmy or the carpenter who would unexpectedly despair over a large kitchen cauldron perfectly sized to fit, and definitely not. I've personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism, perhaps even concerning its prohibition, but that's besides the point. Okay, honey, I'm not a cannibal, but I would eat a man. Not a woman, a man. I rarely have visitors like this, I tell you. The other interesting guests, after all. Most fascinating thing I can share with you. For a place where mushrooms and eyes grow, it can be incredibly dull here. Hello, is that your hand? Shadows clearing in a thickened stir. They detach from the gnarled trees, raising up from the ground like black ink spread across the wall. Dancing and intertwining, prepare and perform their master's whim. Ooh, he has a castle in shadow. Behold, the incredibly crooked castle, my dear. Crooked to the point of absurdity, sadly. In reality, it curves for more of an aesthetic. This guy is an Etsy witch reincarnate. What the hell? But give the creators some leeway and expressiveness. My brave and not-so-bright souls have trained to conquer this terrifying, dark, eerie, crooked castle, so many that it has become even more crooked. You see, the dreadful monster living in there likes to be distracted from its important duties. Oh, is that you? Terribly important duties to have long, deep conversations with its own reflection of recipes of restraint. Ah, what a terrifying monster. So far, the scariest thing of the story is the presence of its I'm gonna say that. Yes, you do understand. There's real horror, aren't they? Tiny shriveled bits of deception. They pretend to be sweet, but they're just made to ruin. The ruin of lovely cookies. They ruin family photos. Raisins. He's talking about old people. Okay. They have no civilized society. Oh, how I understand them. The monster was a tyrant, a menace. He showed chaos, disorder, mostly purpose. Oh, on purpose. He countless opportunities of creativity, wasn't afraid to use them. He made some people believe that pigeons and others were grains. And I wouldn't allow the best servants of the windows in fear that the moon and both suns would get envious and want them to be taken away. And he demanded they steal a gas of a door as well. He locked the wizards who came for him to magical gifts, a giant laboratory, and promised them a power if they invented a kettle that could boil everything except water. Did they eventually invent the kettle? Who won the pigeons and grains? Eventually invented the kettle. Invented? Oh, they did so much more. After 11 years of failed prototypes, a few explosions and cinematic running away on their own legs, they succeeded. The kettle could boil even the brightest memories, but not water. Water would instantly freeze and explode and file for divorce. This guy is so funny. I immediately rewarded them with a new invitation idea, a cup sealed with the top and bottom. Let's see how they handle that. But I digress. But behold, a ray of light that darkened the kingdom. Our first hero, Sir L'Oreal. Oh! The righteous and clinging to self-importance of glory. He took a knee and rested briefly because the weight of the righteous was bad health in the poor back. Oh no! He followed rumors and spread by the same monster. He fought the way through the monster's loyal subjects too. By the way, where did they find them? Most of the subjects were too busy complimenting the color of the suspenders for their suspenders or lamenting their fate. I cherish them for imperfections. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They were probably the most restless of them every second. In that case, the hero descended into the Grotto of Despair, the Grotto of Tentacles? I imagine most sinister name you can conjure. Oh, so he's making us conjure the name. Aha, so funny. The Grotto of my parents' disappointment in me! The Grotto of Kidney Stones, the Grotto of Despair sounds about right. Indeed, the place where we can wonderfully be in despair. That's got sidetracked into the Grotto of Despair. Our hero descended to revive an artifact capable of defeating the Monster King. The rite of incredible power, a bit snooty crafted, but I assure you, it looks more like aesthetic in real life. Ah, Etsy wits. However, the brave knight didn't know the incredible power of the ring lay in 440 pounds of weight. Oh my god. What? Oh, you think he's the monster? I think so too. The only incredible thing about the ring is its stupidity and uselessness. The realization had spent weeks of his life definitively heavily paperweight, and suddenly crushing through, he should have become a baker instead of a hero, but he got some sleep. When it broke his poor noble mind, the mind that is intended for serious burdens. No, the knight. Yes, to hell with you, knight. Bit of gloating, a touch of delightful deserved cynicism. Oh, splendid. I don't really like people who enforce the law because I believe the law is subjective. Other than murder. I believe murder and like hurting people is not subjective. But other than that, like chaos ensuing in like fantasy worlds is very subjective to the story. and wonderful that you shared a dish together. So the night perished. Oh, ho, ho, the night perished. But then along came Elmer Eagle Eye. Oh my god, how long is this story, bro? We running out of time here. He earned a nickname by escaping an enemy fortress. On the third day of captivity, he noticed that the prison cell was lacking a fourth wall. Ha ha, fourth wall breaking. The anchor of legendary skill tried to kill me with the persistent shot. Conquerorly, during breakfast, while bathing at the balls, during sleep, even while devastating plan to get rid of him. The audacity! I hate killing them. Turning them into madmen is such more fun. And I bestow a little curse upon the elf as well. I made it so every time he drew a bowstring, he would hear the most annoying melody in his ears. Elmer was terrible racist. Oh, he was racist? He hated dwarves? Oh my god, some Lord of the Rings sprinkled in. So naturally, the melody became the national anthem of the dwarves, played on loop by a bagpipe orchestra. Pure rage provoked and distilled to aim everything. Eventually, they stormed the castle and dropped his bow. They begged for a job at my court in exchange for changing the song to anything else. He was desperate, and I was the villain. Everything aligned so incredibly well. Now he's my royal huntsman. The dwarf marched and replaced with a lively elven sea shanty. Let no one dare accuse me of being callous and heartless now. Now he has salary, good food, clothing, entertainment, full guarantee of non-dismemberment. You missed an opportunity to change the dwarf national anthem to dwarf serenades. Happy ending, right? Tiny, where were you before the horse odes? Comparisons to long scatolates? I don't know that word. Endless rhymed versions of how shined beloved beard. The refined devilish thing. Why didn't I think of that myself? The torment of the man was not sound of war patriotism, but the clumsy cartwheeling of the species he despised, turning the love song into an instrument of pure heart-wrenching brilliance. Well, to steal your idea for the future. Finally, the witch, the classic giant hat, the under the easy fit witch. Easy, a different approach, seduction. She attempted to charm me to gain the trust. I think that's what I'm doing, baby boy. To become my spouse, a fatal miscalculation. I think he's like, I think he actually might be some type of cat being, because it's showing him as like this thorny, like slitted-eyed cat type thing. I think he has an actual different form. Alright. She didn't consider the fact that I never trusted big hats or people, especially when they both came hand in hand. But those who have suspenders and a belt, at the same time, a person who doesn't even trust their own pants clearly doesn't earn the trust of His Highness. Then again, I didn't trust the Highness either. I don't trust myself, especially when at the left side of my brain, oh my god, not the left and right side of your brain conflicting, buddy. Darren, especially on Thursdays. But back to hats. I hate big hats too. I adore big hats. Hats don't invoke any particular feeling in me. I hate big hats too. You are a kindred spirit. Those hats are so pretentious. They really are. No real witch wore a big freaking hat. So self-assured. They block view. They get stuck in doorways. They hint where the wearer's compensating for something. Yes! Just like men in trucks. The bigger the truck, the more they're compensating. Using the lack of magical talent or pitiful personality and on a good day, you, my dear Tiny, have an impeccable taste, on headwear and condescendingly in everything else, insignificantly profound fact. Meanwhile, which is quite overhear mysterious and murderous intentions jingling with all her concealed weapons. Why does the witch need so many hidden blades? She must have very bad witchery. In any case, she now resides in my dungeon. And you see, I have decided I haven't decided what to do with her yet. Her fate is a blank slate, a story yet written, so I offer you the pen. Simply adore random choices. Give me yours, Tiny. What punishment befits her? What? Does he really want me to decide? And does it matter what I choose? Everything here falls to his whims anyways. Maybe I should just entertain him. Damn, what should I do? Alright, 1, I think the craziest thing would be to spare her. No, we're not doing that one. That's too boring. Turn into a hat, a small one. I refuse to decide her fate. There's only one answer. Like, chat, you can't even choose because there's only one answer that would befall a good ending for us. Turn into a hat, a small one. Oh, the one who lived in a big hat has become a small hat. The irony is so absurd, it's beautiful. So let it be her small cap of internal regret. Ah, that's so cute! She tried to get into my head, now she can barely cover it. A brilliant sentence. Something's missing from the tale. You've never told me about the monster itself. I suppose it's the end of the... Yeah, you never told me about the monster. Dear, who cares about the monster anyways? I do. If the monsters are the muck, then I'm the pig. You see? Ah! Give up? No, we're doing the pig. How eloquent. All right. I must admit, that is my first performance like this. Darren sounds a bit bewildered, it seemed. Allow me to toss my mind and see how it lands. You see, the monster was originally much more modest and majestic. Is it majestic or majestic? But we have to start somewhere, right? Then my head suddenly bit a crowd. The first whispers and the arguments full of fledged discussions and participated in and invoked immediate objects. Guests are ajar doors, closets. Oh my god, is this like a Beauty and the Beast tale? Every container, potential foe. It was surrounded by containers, to be fair. Some of them told funny stories. But was an afflicted curse. Pondering it's driven me mad, even more so. It seems that the question has meant for me. Were you cursed for arrogance, greed? Did you touch the curse afflict? Maybe the ring of yours. Does your family have anything common with the Hausenbergs? You're funny, that one. Dear, I'm afraid you confuse the cause and effect. It was the divine rings. It was I who drove rings mad, not the other way around. Any poor incident or artifact I happened to touch myself started screaming uncontrollably. Okay, so anything he touches with his actual hands starts screaming if it's an inanimate ring. Asked around for many lives. No, I'm afraid a bit more banal. Excuse me, I did not mean to burp. Don't laugh at me, chat. It's all about rotten blood. Too pure, I beg your pardon. My great-great-grandfather issued a decree forbidding death from an old age. Oh, that's why he said raisins. And that's why a distant aunt believed the colony of scientist mold was living in her walls, clumsy in her inheritance. I always thought that I would be separated by this fate. I had to be temporarily isolated to avoid embracing my guests of royal balls, with their young prince pondering a noble lord saying, "Ha ha ha, gnomes finally got the best of us under the bed." What misfortune for the entire family, except for those who were in the line of the throne before me. My death would have solved many problems for my family, and indeed mine of my own problems too. I made a decision. We made it. The precise there was already the whole council by us then. However, the chaos had other plans. A god, a goddess, a cosmic central error. I didn't know. Something ancient, terribly bored, found itself a source of entertainment. Offered me a throne. Oh, so he's caged in his own delusions, basically. On my own core of reality to rule wherever the fragments of my mind would become laws of the land. Oh, so everyone's under Bob's control. Or maybe I'm just conspiracy theorying over here. No restrictions or pants of subjects if I wished. My subjects at first, they decreed, but they came to terms with, their minds changed to fit the new realities. And here I am. A dramatic silence ensues. Perhaps I'm the first one being here, the story and centuries of existence, but I must choose my next words carefully. Will you give me a tip? I really sympathize with you and all your multiple personalities. So you're still in the cage, and it must be rather lonely here. Shake your head. How can you lock a family member in a tower? That's okay. Thank you for the story. No, I'm gonna say it must be rather lonely. No. Cages are more like a playground with surprisingly silent infants, but I don't blame them. I have the best shovel. No wonder it embraces them so much. Or maybe it's just because I create explosions. Tell me, have you ever been exploded? Or no, don't tell me. Let me be surprised. Do you really sympathize with someone who's dragged you into his dimension to tell you silly stories and feed you purple goo? People never cease to amaze me. Touch his hand! We are trying to search for connection! Following a strange impulse, I reach out to hand Richie on the table. His gaze slowly follows the movement. I don't like that his eyes are looking at me like that. Luring onto the hands. The time, no commentary. Instead, his thumb begins to trace the patterns on the back of my hand with surprising tenderness. Ah! The shadows finally dissolve into nothingness. I just turned onto. Oh wait, I just was turned into being in. Wait, what? I just turned a living being. Oh my god, that sentence just broke my brain. I just turned a living being into a hat, or rather, become a catalyst for it. I wonder what kind of nightmares warrant such a case. I'm afraid royal duties await me. Our time is up. I shall spend you back, Tiny. Rise from the chair. Ah! Oh my god, no! No, not joking! No. Ah! No, I read too many things for this. Suddenly I feel him press against my back. Oh my god. One of his hands grips me above the crook of my elbow, while the other gently rests under my chin, tingling my mind back until my ear, just a couple of centimeters from his lips. But I don't think for a second this is goodbye. It was merely an overture. His voice, usually so mocking and calm, now sounds eagerly sinister, a cold thumb lightly stroking the line of my jaw. Thank God for this. Praise the Lord for controlling men in this way. Like, you give me a chance to be me, and I'll be purring like a kitten. Oh my God. I try to suppress a shiver. I would not be shivering. Well, something would be shivering, but it wouldn't be that. You were very interesting, incredibly curious guest, possibly the most curious one I've had in centuries. And I found that I don't want to. And I found that I don't want to. Acquaintances. I don't want our acquaintances to end here. Oh, so you love me? So you love me? So you love me? You love me? It's terribly unfair that you've learned a couple of secrets revealed from so few of yours, isn't it? I can't tell whether he's flirting or threatening. Both, perhaps. Oh my god. A bird trapped in a cage of bills, failures, and endless anxiety, now high, could fly once the cage is opened. Your shift will end, the sun will rise. You'll want to head home, perhaps do something more elegant than a bus, maybe a carriage of polished bones. We'll meet again, Tiny, very, very soon, and the next time, I won't be letting you go so quickly. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Please don't, boy. I'm back in the building again! I'm back in the fucking building again! What? I am not Delulu, chat. He wasn't trying to murder me. I'm not Delulu. Don't write Delulu in chat. That's not nice. No. If I get one more Delulu, I swear. That's not very nice, YouTube chat. Candy Console, don't call me Delulu. The jar is full of money. It was worth it. Oh my. Bro, I am not a prostitute. I did that for free. Darren, I did that for free. Greetings. Oh, sorry. Get back into the voice. Greetings, organism. How you work is progressing. I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. Still doesn't save you from the threat of cleaning sanitary facilities, but the wonderful starting point of the entire tiny life. Even more successful client tired to fill in an entire station with money, probably to the extreme perfection for you, organism. Unfortunately, the terms of interaction treaty do not allow such actions. Tips exceeding the amount set by the council by extremely, I'm not reading that percentage, were descending to my great regret. To regret as well. So, mad god from another world likes me, and in some sense, that's possibly worse than being liked at all. My very first climate summit. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Work is going well, sir. Can I quit? Oh, work is going well, sir. Excellent. Maintain the level of productivity. You may be rewarded with an additional 5 minutes of feeding break of course of food. Rejoice in my generosity. Continue working. My experiencing is positive emotional reaction. I am proud of you, and I will be prouder if you can acquire even more currency. Goodbye, Mr. Manager. Your tentacles shine particularly beautiful at this time of day. Oh my god, I made him blush! Oh my god! Your comment regarding my shine of my appendages is noted, organism. My secret and malicious regime of polishing them with the void bib oak slime. Goodbye! Oh my god! Alright, so I'm going to stop recording for a second, because these are going to be polished into episodes eventually. Anyways, the first one will be posted on Friday, so in 2 days you will get to see this episode if you did not tune in. But anyways, we will start recording once more. Alrighty. He slaps across the floor of his office. As soon as Bob's rhythmic wet slap fades away, a deep silence descends on the station. One moment I'm in a surreal forest dining on purple goo with a mad god. He was not a mad god. Darren was my Pookie Bear. A god who liked me so much he offered me a ride back to his world in a carriage made of bones. Next moment I'm being praised by a multi-eyed tentacle monster. Okay, we've got Bob under our belt. We've got Darren under our belt. We've done good with both of them. But who's next, and am I going to like them? If I don't like them, I might end up getting killed. That's probably what's going to happen. Maybe these are just my deathbed of hallucinations. I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these am I going insane? Yeah. God, give me back my bells. God, give me back my bells, my noodles. No. I kind of like this little sick adventure. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Disgusting how I have to deal with that too. Oh no, adrenaline junkie. In the midst of consumption, terrifying sounds emanate my boss's office. Unfair bills! Unacceptably large numbers! Of course, why else could we upset him so much if not that? Steps, another visitor just one decided to come through the door for a change. Bro, don't post it. Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, he's bleeding! He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over the shelves of shampoo with a Jua Job oil, delicate illness on his way. Some of these words are, like, not translated in my brain. Like, I am trying to read them, and I'm like, what? No entiendo mi esteto. Oh, Jesus Christ! He's not unwell. He looks like hell. Literally, all his skin on the left side of him is torn off. Jaw is trembled. Oh my god. I swallow nervously. Am I gonna be shallow to this man? Should I be shallow or should I be very nice? I'm probably gonna be very nice, but I don't know. Does anyone like organic food? I have to eat organic food because I'm allergic to food dye. I'm surprised. What? Half of you didn't know that, chat? It's all over my TikTok. Go and check my TikTok. Just let me chill. Wait. Sorry, I know some of you don't like me talking with my mouth open. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who Could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. Those are really chewy and good. You don't look like the Terminator. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just got wrecked by an entire floor. Should we say that? Or, when will the Lord take my sinful soul? No. How's life, sir? It's hard to imagine. Okay, we're going to do that one. The thumb is going to end up in your ass. Absolutely not. I don't know your name. No putting thumbs up my ass till I know your name. Given a threat in that tone, it's not just a thumb. I would think any further in that direction. Words clearly come with him difficulty, which is probably not surprising with a man with half a face. He clears his throat, but doesn't help much. I need blood. I can tell. I can tell. Sadly, you won't be taking my own negative blood. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. He tried to smile. It wouldn't be charming. It would be charming if he still had necessary muscles for that nightmare, among other things. The client pursues again, briefly, clears his throat. Is he a zombie? Mine, I recoil in horror. Don't kill me. Well, I don't do transfusions here. No IV drips. Just discount rot. How about tomato juice? Strong. Let me see what I have. Yeah, good choice, babe. Steps to the storage. No, I've been voicing him wrong. He's a greaser, isn't he? And I'm allowed to say that. Oh, great. Just in case. He suddenly leans forward, bearing at me with his remaining eye. Go and find me some goddamn blood. Go and find him some damn blood. Go and find him some damn blood. Go and find him some damn blood. I think we're going to have to go find him some damn blood. A strange pressure builds in my head. The edges of my vision blur. I don't really like him as much as I like Devin. And if you didn't watch that part, go watch that part, because that was like my peak Etsy witch fantasy. We did that. I don't know why I didn't feel incredibly strong urge to find blood right now. My client is covered in blood, but it's hungry. Maybe he fought with something incredible or on his own? I found myself in the storeroom, tangled in a labyrinth of shelves, reaching up to the ceiling, stuffed with boxes and crates and mysterious cans. The corner of something rustled sort of suspiciously, so where could the blood be? I need to think fast. He isn't going to wait forever. Right now, I'm at the beginning of a crazy place. Scream, Bod, where's the blood? Go to the floor, food for mouth section. Go to the section supplies for self, gearbox, foaming body washes for leather bags, items that inspire pensiveness. I don't know. Where would it be, chat? Where do you think it would be? Some people are saying food for mouth, and some people are saying ask Bob. But I don't want to bother Bob. He's already mad, remember? So maybe I'll just go food for mouth. The signs are driving me insane. I really hope the manager equivalently will learn English properly. Surrounded by the pure madness anxiety packaging, even in front of this part, amateur says, there are some baby food cyborgs piled up. Baby food for cyborgs? Okay. Freely trying to decipher the crooked inscriptions. In front of the sections for food for mouth. Dense energy blocks for chewing, infused natural flows, food afraid of heat. I think it's infused natural flows. Next to Coca-Cola bottles are labeled liquid regret and primordial broth of nodicites. Can be labeled bypass, vodka, Shenko. I love to meet the person who came up with these names. I check either shelf, pushing the cans, essence of shit and giggles. Essence of shit and giggles. I'm sure Devin would like that. Find nothing resembling blood. The closest thing to liquid hemogen is a giant wooden container that smells worse than it looks. I go back. I hear knocking. It's a dry rhythmic tapping. Knuckles limited on the countertop. It's not loud, but it's persistent and full of irritation. In front of me are the sections of food for mouth. Oh my god, no! The coldest corners of the store. A large freezer consists of refrigerators and glass doors covered in frost. Gremlin cryo capsules, matron, liquid family. Oh my god, the huge freezer is a chamber. Matter of lesser life forms, spare parts of human organisms, product of animal fauna. Maybe the organisms one? A formaldehyde and horror, glass filled with murky liquids sit in the shelves where exhibits float. The name is tagged reads Kevin. Oh no, Kevin. Take the blood of the human organism, Kevin. Taste unfulfilled dreams and unwarranted expectations. Take the blood of the human organism, homeless. High contacts of cheap alcohol. Take the blood of the human organism, Michael. It tastes like efficient resource and artifact unconsumption. I think Michael might be the best. Are we doing Kevin, homeless, or Michael? Kevin, homeless, or Michael? Okay, I see no Kevin in the chat. I see homeless and Michael. 1 or 2. 1 homeless, 2 Michael. Go. Alright, we're doing Michael. Why does he look like that? The blood of the jar is rich, glowing with ruby hue. It looks healthy and full of energy. Michael, whoever you were on top. Champion of blood flows through you, and you were probably something an energy drink for the undead. Yet, you're here in a jar, something to ponder. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach. You already? His voice carries a genuine surprise and clear relief. Well, good thing you weren't wandering around for a half an hour. Bring it here. Why are we showing their hands? It's like it wants me to have some type of fetish. My client finishes a jar, then grimaces. For crying out loud. What the hell is this crap? He reads the note on the jar. Michael, well, you're a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him the second time. Oh, he's a murderer! It tastes like happy family, successful career, retirement, and Jerk probably never had cockroaches. At least he's now liquid Michael in a jar. He chuckles quietly. Yeah, something like that. Cool that you found human blood. Great job. You're sharp. Glad I pleased you, sure, and I'm glad that you no longer have to want to eat me. Feel free to ask. It took longer to get to a rat. Feel free to ask. I'm going to wash my dirty face. Don't get bored. I won't get bored, murderer. I don't even know your name, buddy. I think I'm going to have a little more snacky snack, guys. So I'm going to mute my mic for 2 seconds while I chew it. Oh my god, who the fuck? Dude! Well, you didn't have a face earlier. I don't know what creatures can regenerate. Well, werewolves can regenerate. But he wants human blood, so I'm assuming he might be a vampire, but I didn't think vampires regenerate that way. He's looking much fresher in the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. This is my impression of him as an owl. Hand over the blood, toots. I just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here right now. And just so you know, oh, his name's David. Okay. Don't get Devin and David. God, 2 D's. And just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. So you are a vampire then. I'm David, by the way, a vamp. I didn't think vampires would regenerate that way, but it was in my mind, chat. I'm not stupid. As you may have already guessed. Yeah. It was an incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintanceship. Nice to meet you. I'm Tiny. I'm Crystal. Like champagne? No, I'm Tiny. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Tiny. I knew a Tiny once. She used to trade kidneys with Vance Beach. Okay. She was a good girl until she got packed up. Is this gonna be like, are they gonna like have all my like kinks in this? Is he gonna call me a good girl? He's trying to provoke me desperately, sharing dirty details of his life to see how comfortable I can get. No kidneys for you. No kids for you. Oh, Mittens, are you under the chair? I think my other cat Mittens, which you will not see on stream because she will not come on stream. She doesn't like the camera. She tickles my leg, and I know it's her because her whiskers are longer than Frankie's, and Frankie puts his paws on my feet and goes like that. I suppose I'm also selling kidneys now. Check the catalog. Yes, exactly. 10 categories. I'm gonna say that. A catalog? Do you seriously have a catalog? Do you seriously have a catalog? He leans forward and gently intrigued and peering into the catalog. Gremlin kidneys. Is that delicacy? Why does it say both delicacy and fuel? And animal venom? Because it's a universal product. You want some? I do. Looks like I found my best customer for today. Now I have a vampire here, and he regenerates. Wonderful. The main thing is not adequately burned out something wrong. I need to be friendly. Are you sure you're a vampire and not a chupacabra? I think they... Oh, that's offensive. Isn't that racist? Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Absolutely not. Thanks for not eating me, David. In reality, you're still a bit shaken from what happened. Saying, thanks for not eating me, David. David lets out a little chuckle. The guy clearly expects people to be afraid of him. He might look lost when I first arrived here, but now seeing the fear, he obviously feels right at home. Mittens, you can't tear my couch up. Yeah, I know, chat. She's being naughty. Sorry, chat, you can't see her. But go check out my TikTok. She's on TikTok. She's not scared of my phone camera. She's just scared of the ring light behind my actual camera. It's not over yet. Although you're too bony. Are you calling me skinny? Is that a compliment? Or you're giving me attitude here, David? I don't like the attitude. We'll whip you into shape. And I'm sure you'd love to eat all that cheap crap like instant noodles. People like that, their blood is not tasty. Only if there was nothing more interesting than blood. So you don't like cholesterol? Okay, so he's not a cholesterol junkie. Explaining why he's so fit and has some beefy arms. So sure, let's get one thing straight. I'm not food. I'm not for sale. So does alcohol affect vampires too and other things? Oh, what? Got any suggestions? Of course, I have a scandal vodka today. $10 for a case. After work? After work? Oh my god, I'm setting up dates with people. We'll do that one. Is that the same bootleg craft that a couple of people recently kicked the bucket from? A few others went blind. I'll take 2 cases. I really need to start my own business, of course. I hope Bob will be proud of me. Yes, to answer your question. Oh, yes. To answer your question, alcohol does affect us, but you need a middleman. You find some junkie or alcoholic to pump them up. Then you get plastered and turn into the happiest vampire in the world. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all wounds have healed completely. Oh my god! Do you think he was attacked by werewolves and that's why he's here? Oh my god. I think Bob would said it was mandatory. Let me help. Point to the wound. I don't want to help you, but... Oh, no. We're gonna say we are not... Whoa. I might play a playthrough of this where, if you want me to, where I'm just rude to everyone and die every single second. But this time, this playthrough is not for that. We are being kind to these men and women. I don't know if there's women. He looks at me skeptically and offers probably the most foreign expected at him. It leaves him momentary dumbfounded. You, what? You want to play nurse? A flicker of confusion replaced by something more intense. It's just a couple of scratches, a piece of ass that will grow back on its own. I'm fine. If you don't let yourself be treated, my boss will lock us both into bed. No, we're not doing that. I see you're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy, yet scared of getting treated. Say coercionally. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably why you. It's not just a scratch. Let me help you, okay? I think we're gonna go with the last one. I gave him a chance to save face. Now, treating him is the best. He's not a wimp because he survived an epic battle. Direct blow to his ego. Guy immediately starts puffing with pride. His eyes light up. I hope I didn't catch rabies. I decided to remain silent, but he's pretty rabid. Four against one in a narrow alley, you know. There's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Well, a load of crap. One of them was hiding in a trash can. Oh no, they ambushed him. That's cheap. Ready to jump on me. My heart wouldn't have definitely stopped dead if it wasn't still beating. If it still beat. Oh my god. Language, I know. I'm really bad at speaking. Dyslexia. You're with a dyslexia YouTuber right now, chat. I'm sorry. It wouldn't have been. It would have just ripped apart from the friggin' heart attack. I'm afraid I've never been able to take out the trash again with fearing for my life. Judging by the distant look, he's plagued with flashbacks. Oh my god, he's PTSD, baby! Come here! Alright, hand over your first aid kit. I'm sure it won't be the last pack. I'll have to take it down. There are way too many street dogs around these days. Damn, you go ahead. Get out your Band-Aids, your Dr. Chocola, or whatever you're selling. Ah! I'm sorry, that might have been too loud, chat. Oh, God, he's beefy. Oh, heaven help me. Oh, God. Don't you dare say my face is red, chat. I am a mature adult. Oh, my God. That just surprised me, chat. I'm sorry. David sheds his jacket, shirt, his t-shirt, then settles onto the squeaky stool next to the counter. He's about to face serious trial, staying vulnerable position for a few minutes, so for some reason, a cruel fate, he hasn't made him claw-proof. He certainly looks like he's just thrown into a blender. Judging by those bullet scars, he's just quite an interesting past. Or maybe he was just attacked by werewolf cowboys with guns, like my former. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I thought only doctors were available. Is now as a coroner. If you don't know what a coroner is, it's someone who does things with dead bodies. They examine them and they'll go through this process of like figuring out the cause of death, basically. But no, I'm not a coroner, David. I'm just in love with men and women and everything in between. I'm rummaging through a necromancy kit. A necromancy kit. That is insane. We don't want to revive him. It's heavily military-styled metal box with a faded label reading "Kit for alternately living organisms." Inside, besides the standard bandages, there are some strange items. Silver tweezers. Oh, silver tweezers, you say? That's for werewolves. Vials of thick. Vials of thick. What the fuck is thick? Glowing liquid. Oh, thick glowing liquid. Okay. Next time, writers, listen to me. You don't put the comma right there. You put thick glowing liquid all together. Word world. Additional fingers, and of course, an instruction manual. A cheap limited brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. Coffee! And the instructions of the first place states determine whether you're dealing with a zombie, ask alternative living subject if they ever wanted to eat someone's brain. David is clearly not a zombie. Move to the next point. He glances skeptically at the picture flashing the instructions, so I flip it over. Zombies, necromancers, abominations made of bones, flesh, cabbage swirl of the face, mesmerizing kaleidoscope, and all of this living in the city sewers. I don't know how you're going to use the bathrooms now. I'm not going to. It would be great if he didn't notice that. I have to not look at him. I can't look at him because I'm getting flustered. Why do you have to deal with all this? Not the jeans. I don't know why they always put the hot people in jeans. Like, they just know that it's my weakness. I love jeans. Jeans and sweatpants are my thing. I steal a glance at my visitors. I wonder if werewolves just chewed him up or managed to kill someone too. My instincts say out of the Stone Age suggest that he could have. This guy has a killer gaze. You see someone like him in the alley, your hand automatically reaches to your wallet and your phone. I lower the eyes, not a point. Let's establish the nature of the injuries. What kind could werewolves leave? It's simple. You've got lacerations, claws, teeth, a bit of saliva, possibly very contagious. It seems the damage is physiological. Tell me about your... No, we're not doing that. We're doing the claws and teeth. David listens with the pride of a true soldier. Military man. Every words feel like a medal of valor. Something like that. He said, oh my god, should I make him sound like he's from Louisiana, chat? Yeah, chat says we should make him sound like a little bit southern. I don't know, chat. Would he be hotter if he was southern? I do prefer my boy south, a little bit southern. Just a little southern. Not too southern, but a little. Yeah, but if I didn't know better. Stroke his ego at the end. Wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. Shake your head. You really need to stop with these fights. So, okay, we're gonna do that one. I'm dying of laughter. He chuckles happily. I try to hide the glimmer of pride behind the humor, but I won't be fooled. David is no longer a wounded sucker. He's a true gladiator. Having survived a battle with rabid beasts, absolutely epic. I read through the medication. I need to grab, maybe I have to remember this. Regenerating extract, ultimately living forms, and all that's left to do is apply this stuff and dip my fingers in the jar. Suddenly, he grabs my hand. Ah! Don't grab my hand! Do something wrong, and I'll rip your tonsils out. You hear, your ass? Say in a calm, icy tone, allow me to do my job, sir. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out of your ass. You know, you have fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of experience, probably. And you, watch what you're doing there. There will be consequences. It seems like he just heard the best compliment of his life. Applying the black goo to his wound. Steam rises to the wound, and the air starts to smell like something frying. It's probably very painful. David remains calm and not a single compliment, which is surprising. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Squid manager? Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Put a little more goo and restore juices. Be more careful. Be more careful. My movement becomes slow and deliberate. Everything I do is cautiously, barely touching the skin around the wound, allowing him to get used to the sting. Seeing the tense muscles on his back and shoulders relax slightly, he was wound up, but the relief is starting to wash over him. Are we gonna actually get 100% romance with all of them? Can we, or do we have to go down a path? Naturally, no thanks to the pleases from him. At least there's no longer threatening to do something to my ass every 5 seconds. Distract him with conversation. You know, David, every noble knight needs someone to tend to his wounds. Ah! I want to say it so badly, chat, but I'm afraid he's gonna not like me. We'll do that. He liked it. Okay, I probably should. Chat don't. I know. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Thank you. I know that this game is getting me to be flustered, because it's about romance, and I just love romance. Romance and horror mixed is my favorite type of thing. Oh, I should play a game. Oh, I should play a slasher one. Maybe I'll play it next live stream. Maybe. But I did promise that I have to play a few horror games next stream. So, what are you talking about? What not? What battles? I fought in the alley, stinking of urine against a bunch of dirty werewolves for territory on the outskirts of the godforsaken city. They tore my pants, and they had to take a new pair of junkie who's lying in a puddle nearby. What am I, a knight? What knight would tore off pants? I would love to tear off your pants, David. I would love to tear off your pants. As long as they're not stained, well, you get it. Say it with the pomp of medieval wizard. You are a wolfhound knight? Should I joke with him? I feel like I should. Oh, go to hell. Go to hell. David says almost affectionately as he seems we're making progress in our relationship. I finished up and surprisingly the wounds are healing and the scars oh, Jesus Christ! I didn't even look because I'm trying not to look at him when I speak. Yeah, okay, he's very beautiful, very, very muscular, very loving. Oh, why are you doing all this? Questions asked astonishingly in a serious tone. He's driving me crazy, even more than the clown from earlier, it seems. We're getting worse. I think it's because I gave him a southern accent of some sort. 1 second. I'm seeing a lot of twos in chat. Why? David's confused and seems brief action always equals benefit. Throwing a wrench into the flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone suffer. Let's say I have a certain fetishes. Okay, well, we got the real answer and the fake answer. Chat, should I be real? I should be real. No, we can't write that word. Just say the F word. The F slur. Yeah, I guess we have to be good with our fetishes. Ha. I knew it from the very beginning, doll. I love being okay. David, stop! You clearly have a few screws. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You clearly have a few screws loose in your head if you're getting pleasure from this. I do have some few screws loose. I won't even bother asking what those fetishes are. I just won't sleep in my coffin without any nightmares. It's not nightmares, baby boy. I can show you a good time. Alright, moving on. Screw this. Honestly, I don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most inconceivable lie I've ever heard in my life. He clears his throat. Thank you. What am I hearing things? I thought he didn't say no such words. I'm even afraid to breathe. He says the words as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I love the leather jacket too. I love men in leather jackets. That's like my thing. So I might like, actually, I lied. Devin? Yes, Devin's now number 2. Bob's number 3. David, number 1. It's because we gave him a country accent, and I'm into that. Just a couple more seconds, and he came back to the counter. So the client is fed, clean, healed, and yet he's still here. Not putting any money on the counter, just the tip jar is lacking. Look at him. He's not supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David's deep in thought in a dark, gloomy place that occupies his mind. Are you planning on pitching a tent here? Can I do anything else for you, sir? Cautiously still back. Have you decided to eat me after all? This isn't the best place to crash, buddy. No. Are you planning to pitch a tent here? David snorts, hearing the impatience in my voice. What? Already time my company, doll? I'll leave when I want to leave, and I don't want to yet. I'm curious about one thing. I've talked to regular human in a long time. I wonder what by regular human does he mean, like natural essence? Or does it mean like the lack of criminal record? Or maybe he's looking at the perspective of ordinary worker. Does your face always look so funny when you're thinking about something? Don't even get a chance to respond as his jabs as he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Though, suppose you're a now free vampire, able to go wherever you want. What do you want? Where do you go? David looks at me expectingly. What kind of superpowers do vampires have? What weaknesses will I have? And who are you before the bite? Can you find anyone who wronged you and get revenge? A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire. Wrap it up with a question. Am I right? I'm ready to tell you my decision. Oh, okay. So let's do weaknesses first. Well, no, more tannin, no reflection in mirror. No more tannin, no reflections in mirrors. No reflection in mirror. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without. You can't enter. You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Holy water is trickier. Depends on the situation. Stakes work, but piercing you in the chest would be quite a challenge. Piercing any part of you is quite a challenge, actually. Our skin is steel, unless a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter. At least you can enter without invocation. No unnecessary chit chat with people. David looks at me expectingly. Who were you before the bite? He opens his mouth ready to tell me off or mention something about butts again, but he stops himself. It's probably a thank you sealed to fragile friendship. Friendship, I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Well, it's nothing. I was a nobody. Everyone's a somebody, baby. I was surviving as everyone went into hell, unlike all those bastards born with a silver spoon up their ass. Okay. You ever seen those happy American families on TV commercials? They sit at the table with a bowl of salad, smiling like idiots, and they always have a dog. Well, that wasn't my case. Oh, this guy might be the perfect man for me because he probably likes cats because of werewolves, you know, because he doesn't like dogs. My stepdad was a crazy guy. He taught me the best birthday gift was a smack on the head. What? Oh, baby boy. He didn't teach me how to shoot properly, though. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. That's what that said. I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. Oh! But, as I say, I wish with one hand, shift with the other, see what fills up faster. At first, I worked wherever I could, found some guy shady stuff with. There aren't many ways to be living in Los Angeles area. So we're Los Angeles? Exactly, it worked with Cashier, right? David jabs again, but without malice. Antisocial environment made him resentful of middle upper class, but it hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool. Doing gangster things, riding motorcycles. Hey, working at Cashier isn't that bad. It would have been better with customers like you. Sorry to bruise your pride, doll. I have nothing against cashiers. It's just not a job for me. There's a hint of doubt in his voice, as if he's not quite sure for the job for him. Who isn't? Maybe it actually is. He's a good cashier or an English teacher. He must have missed out on his own dog. Happy family, bowl of salad. That's it, the whole story. What about you? Oh, Lord, it's my chance to make up something cool or just tell him like it is. I'm a criminal, too. I have a single yeah, I'm going to tell the truth. I don't really like lying to them. I feel like that's going to lead me down the wrong path. He listens to how I ended up in the dump and the job search and everything else. I don't sell drugs in alleys, but it seems like I find common ground. Got it. So you're not in your element. David truly understands. Neither he nor I want to end up where we were, and neither of us know what to do next. We both love cheap noodles, but we can't eat them anymore. I win. You must be tired of those draw me requests, huh? I would draw you. I would draw you. I would draw you. Oh, like a French. Ah! Oh, like a French girl. He tries to look that same up, but his eyes slow and interested. Go ahead. I love beautiful doodles. I actually can draw, guys. Should I draw him? Should I spend a stream drawing all these characters? He says the word doodles with such a strange tenderness that sounds more like a compliment than an insult, so I pick up a pencil. Draw him as he is. That's actually a really good drawing. Wow, what a face. I almost forgot what I looked like. Bags in my eyes like a junkie. Silence hangs in the air while Jamie is saying his drawing. He clearly does not know how to react. An unexpected little looks cool. Last words spoken, barely audible, almost relevant whisper, unlike anything I've ever heard from him before. Two simple words said sincerely a guy can muster. Can I do something too? David takes a pencil from my hand and with deep concern, almost stickling out of his tongue, scribbles something. Oh, yes, it's me! It's me! A few minutes later, John appears before me. I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. Mine's cooler. You draw better than me, and I have education. No, wow, beautiful. David cleared his throat and embarrassed. Nothing special, just a doodle. I was into that a bit when I was a kid, comics and all that stuff. Nothing serious. I take the drawing of myself. All right, where were we? David looks at me expectantly. What kind of superpowers? Can you find everyone that wronged you for revenge? A lot of things depend on exactly what turned me into a vampire. Who vamped you? No. Wrap up the question. I'm ready to make my decision. Excellent. He leans a little closer when suddenly no, the werewolves! No! Oh my god, is that him? Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't even have time to blink before Davis vanishes. Now he's a little bat hiding behind the counter. Listen up, don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave, or you'll feel like incredibly shitty. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mud, I'll definitely find a way to get out and twist your head off. Why would you do that, David? The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because the voice now comes from a very small, angry bat. A werewolf is about to come in here now? Oh, fuck! The creature steps inside. Oh, but he's so cute! Oh, he's so cute! Good evening, ma'am. A low rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. Can I pet you? Oh, no, I'm listening, sir. Apologies for a sudden intrusion. Edward. Oh, but we can call him Eddie. Edward. You can just call me Eddie. We're chasing a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire here by any chance, have you? You know, a young but scruffy wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our pack nearly took out the vampire sire and the offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle, but we suffered losses. We tried to track him and found one of them, well, more like a pile of ash where one once lay. It seems like the bloodsucker offered other when we weakened. Their family values are lacking. Aw, he's just a family man. Probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism, and he was trying to get advice where to go after killing his creator, but it's completely idiotic way. You see, man, vampires are parasites on the body of the society. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill victims by draining them dry. The languished boredom with the immortality, thus it destroys the human senses, play with them, torment them, drive them seamless to pleasure from their suffering. They're devoid of true feeling. Look at David, devoid of any feelings. He's shaken all over. So, would you be extremely grateful? I would be extremely grateful for any help. Don't give David away. Blackmail. David slowly glances at the tip jar, then briefly meet David's eyes, hinting that he owes a tip. Grab David's hand. Grab David and hand him over to the werewolf. No! We don't give David away. The bastard threatened me 5 minutes ago. Now he's a small, trembling, helpless bat. He's my bastard. He's my bastard. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. Quite a peaceful night. Eddie examines me closely. He's probably catching the faint scent of blood, but calm demeanor throws him off. Strange. Well, okay. If he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't be far away from here. Good night, ma'am. The werewolf goes off to important werewolf business. David crawls out of the hiding spot. I can't believe he was in my desk. Oh. You could have turned me in. He stares me in the eyes, trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. And that would have been the sensible decision. But I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. David says with a genuine relief in his voice, he's grateful to me and now he doesn't quite know what to do with his gratitude. He clears his throat awkwardly. So, what's the answer to the question? What would you do if you were a vampire? He gaze reminds me of a lost fight dog without a master. His relentless, he can find his place. And the advisor, what an advisor he picked. May Lord help him. I think, travel, entertainment, new experiences, world full of wonders, just surfing. I'll probably do this one, the top one, but couldn't slave human. No. You could learn so many things, read so many books. No, I think I'm going to do the top one. He chuckles. Oh, still the water run deep and all that. Pity the road adventure led you to the stinky gas station. Sorry. Excuse me. Maybe you're right. The words isn't limited to the last town. He says quietly and almost himself, looking out the window in the dark, empty hideaway. As if he remembered there was something beyond the cage, the alleyways and gnarled shadows. Here for future adventures. David was about to turn around and leave when he suddenly stops. He pulls a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket and scribbles a number on it and leaves it to the table next to my hand, but I reach for it. Ah! His hand covers mine, pressing it to the table. His skin feels cold and rough and barely visible. Scars and blisters, grave like a chill, sharply contrast with warmth of his own hand. I feel a sight of tingling and static electricity. Call me if you need a ride from work. I've got a couple ideas where we could do for dawn. See you. Aww. So basically, I have to choose someone in the end, don't I? Oh, damn it. I kind of like David. David's definitely over Devin. Well, that was quite an interesting encounter. I really could have turned him in, but I didn't want to. Hang the drawing on the wall. Do nothing with it. Hang the drawing on the wall. For some obsessed with and ass-related threats, surprisingly, his hands were quite skilled. I can tell that his hands will be quite skilled. Now we have a date invitation from a guy who wanted to make me his dinner half an hour ago. I don't even know what's worse, or this offer or go home to the bone. Oh, he gave me more tips too. Carriage to, sorry. I don't even know what's worse, this or the offer to go home in a bone carriage. Though something tells me if I accept, I might not return home at all. I survived another visitor. It seems like starting to get this to my job. Wiping off a sticky residue and I hope it's just spilled soda from the counter. I suddenly hear a crunch of gravel outside. Hooves? Okay, we're gonna pause this recording. Stop recording. Because they are going to be put into episodes, so. Should we keep going, chat? Or should we take a break? You want me to keep going? Should we do one more? You want me to keep going, but I think we should take a break. I can always come back in like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll come back in 30 minutes to an hour. and I'll start the rest of the stream. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.